my channel. It is Lex Shelby here. Guys, today I just really want to go over with you guys boundaries and triggers, and to tell you guys why it is so important why you have boundaries and know your triggers, okay? So like growing up, I had really been through a lot. And I didn't like talking about it to people, because we're taught that if you open up to people and, if you talk to people about what you have going on, or if you ask for help, then, you're weak, that you have to walk around strong and, everything's okay and everything's perfect. And that's just not the case. That's really not the way to be. I don't know who said, being vulnerable is weakness, but they're wrong. Okay, being vulnerable, it in my eyes is being strong and being courageous and being everything in between. So so growing up, y'all, I never really had any boundaries for myself. Like I did, but then when the bullying came around, I just was like, whatever goes, because I don't want to fight. I don't want anybody to talk about me. I want to have friends. I want people to like me. So I really didn't have any boundaries, except like the hard boundaries, like, when I built up my courage to be like, you're not going to talk to me like that, then I had, these boundaries of if you cross me, then we were going to fight. We were going to get out. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have any real boundaries. Like I was go with the flow. It was whatever you want, whatever you want to do. And that really got me to a path that I didn't want to go down. I was so afraid to be myself. I was so afraid for people to dislike me or for people to want to fight me. So I was like a yes man. Like whatever anybody wanted, yes, okay, no problem, I don't mind. When I really did, I didn't want to go, I didn't want to have any dealings, but I was scared to be myself. So boundaries are so important, guys, because it helps you to stay in healthy situations. It helps you to stand your ground. It helps you to have healthy relationships. They really just help you. And then if you have triggers where like you can get really emotional or really upset or really angry, it's important to know your boundaries so you won't be triggered. Such as I am in recovery, so please don't have any drugs around me. If you have drugs around me, I could be triggered. So I make sure I have my boundaries, that nobody in my circle does drugs, nobody around me does drugs. Like you can't even come around me smelling like marijuana. Like, I don't have anything. If you smoke weed, cool, do your thing. I'm not hating on you, but I just can't have it around me. That's a boundary. Why? Because I might be triggered and want to smoke. Then I smoke, and you never know, I may lead to go pick up a pill. Like it just can spiral out of control, and I don't want that. And it's also very important because every time that if you're around something that you allow but you don't like, every time you allow something around you that you don't like, you are compromising who you are. Like, stop compromising with people who you are, because they probably don't care. Like, if you're in a relationship and a friendship, yes, it's all about compromise. But when you have issues or like PTSD or bipolar disorder, or you're trying to get to the next level, there is no compromising. Like, this is what I have to do. I have to stay on task. I have to stay focused. I can't just compromise with you on these things. Some things you have to stand tall in, and what you say is what you go, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What says is what I said, and it is what it is. So, stand your ground with your boundaries. If you don't know what your boundaries are, get a notebook and figure them out. Figure out what you like and what you allow in your life. And then write a list of what you don't like, but what you allow in your life. Then write a list of what you don't allow around you, period. Then start setting your boundaries through that. So growing up, y'all, like my mom was real hard and real stern. And I never really knew why, because when we would talk about, her growing up, it was always peaches and cream and stuff. But then whenever we would reach for hugs for her, she would be like, what do you want? What's going on? Why are you touching me? Why are you holding? Like, what is it? And as we got older, she finally told us, hey guys, like, I was molested. And, my molester used to come at me and hug me and just, come to me, And so after she told us that, now I understand why she didn't really like being latched at and held. Like, for her, you have to tell her, hey, can I hug you? Hey, let me get an embrace, because you just coming at her made her off guard, made her like, whoa, what, ooh, stop, but she never verbalized it, you know what I mean? So once she verbalized it, we were able to understand why she was the way that she was, and hugging her was a trigger. Hey mom, now you have to create a boundary of how you want people to approach you when it comes to that, because you've been through a traumatic experience. You understand why boundaries are so important? Like, boundaries help you stay who you are with no compromise. Boundaries allow you to have people in your life that are meant for you. I had a friend for years, and I felt that she was always overstepping boundaries with me, but I loved her, and I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I didn't want to lose her as a friend. But she would always cross me, or always get smart, or always have a smart mouth, or always try to low-key tell my business while I was standing right there, or you know what I mean, like crossing my boundaries. But I never stood up, you know what I mean? And then finally I stood up to her and was like, this is not going to be happening. You're not going to be talking to me like this. You're crossing my boundaries. And guess what? We're no longer friends. And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Because if you don't respect my boundaries, if you don't respect what I'm going through, if you don't respect what I am trying to do, then you can't be around me. When you are dating a man or a female, like, set your boundaries for what you expect. If you don't, they'll run all over you. And even if they don't run all over you, they will do things that you don't like, and y'all will clash anyway. So tell people your boundaries. It's so important. Like, do not compromise for anybody. I compromise so much of my life, and I am just now getting to a point where I love myself. But you know what had to happen? I had to stop having people cross my boundaries. I had to stop, allowing things in my life that I did not like. I had to start realizing that every time I compromise with somebody, or every time I allow something around me that I don't like, I am allowing them to do something to me. I am allowing them to run over me. I am allowing them to do whatever they want to do with my life included. Like, no, that's not how this goes. Like, guys, stand tall in your boundaries. Like, peer pressure is crazy, I know, but guess what? You don't need those friends if they are peer pressuring you. Like, stand tall in who you are. Another thing with your triggers, guys, if you don't know what your triggers are, if you're on edge or you feel like you're always irritated, start writing it down. Start keeping a journal. You will probably hear this for all of my videos. Keep a journal, keep a journal, keep a journal. So you can track everything. Not only does it reduce stress, but you're able to see what it is that bothers you, But I've realized, a lot of people don't have boundaries, or if they do have boundaries, they don't enforce those boundaries, and they let people run all over them. By not having boundaries, you can have self-esteem issues. That goes into anxiety. That goes into not trusting people. That goes into feeling used, feeling worthless, feeling like nobody cares about you. Like, setting your boundaries allows you to have healthy relationships with people that want to be there, with people that want to respect you. One thing I can say about my spouse is he understands my boundaries, and we are able to verbalize them. Be vulnerable in who you are. Not everybody has to know your business, but explain to them why you have these boundaries. If you love them that much, if you want them to stay, if you want them to understand. Some people, no matter if you tell them your boundaries or not, they are dedicated to misunderstanding you and to crossing your boundaries. Those people, you gotta X out. Ooh, I done hit myself in the face. Ow, didn't really hurt, but ooh, my gosh, okay. You gotta X them out your life and keep it moving. You get what I'm saying? Like, since I have had my boundaries, guys, yes, I have lost some friends, but guess what? I am elevating. I am loving myself. Do you understand? Like, it's a beautiful thing. When it comes to my triggers, because I have set my boundaries, I know y'all are like, does she have another word for boundaries? No, these are important. Boundaries are important. But once I set my boundaries, I have fell more and more in love with me and the woman that I wanted to be, you know? So, y'all, enforce your boundaries. If you don't know what they are, again, write a list of things that you allow, things that you want in your life, and then write another thing, a list of things that you don't allow, write another list. Okay, let me just reframe that. Let me just start over from that, okay? Write a list of things you allow but don't like. Then write a list of things that you don't like and you will not allow. Then write a list of things that you will allow. You get what I'm saying? And then as you look at the three lists, go down the line, and if you don't think you can, mentally set your boundaries in your head, write them down. I have written my boundaries down. I don't allow any negativity around me. I don't care what it is. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't allow negativity in my life. I don't even allow you to speak negatively around me. None of that. The other thing I don't allow is I don't allow drugs around me. The other thing I don't allow is I don't allow anybody to disrespect me or come to tell me who they think that I should be and what I should be. Self-criticism, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about when people try to tell you who to be. I don't allow any of that. I don't allow my kids to be in dangerous situations. I always have to be on the alert. I'm always looking. You know what I mean? Like, my kids are my number one. I always have to know what is going on, where they're going, you know what I mean? Everything. Run down the list. I need to know what they eat, how many hours they slept. Like, girl, I don't play. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I have my kids anyway all the time. But, I just don't allow, certain energies around them. I don't allow them to eat in certain foods. It's just I don't allow certain stuff. Same thing, like with my husband, he doesn't allow some things. You know what I'm saying? With me and my mother's relationship, our relationship has grown so much. Like, I love that woman so much. She has been through so much, but you know what got us through this? To this point, boundaries. Respecting each other's boundaries. Respecting how each other's feels. Telling each other, hey, I did not like the way that you did this. Hey, this hurt my feelings. And moving forward. You know what I mean? But do not compromise on your boundaries, guys. Get to know your triggers. I know I probably didn't really say much in this video, but I'm hoping that you guys get it. Set your boundaries. Know your triggers. It is a must. It is like, as much as you need to breathe, you need boundaries, and you need to know your triggers, so you will not be, sitting into a manic episode or having anxiety or, going into relapse, any of those things. Boundaries are so important. So guys, my name is Lex Shelby. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And guys, once I get to 100 subscribers, we are almost there. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. I don't know what is going on with me today. Jeez. I'm sorry, I'm tired, I'm a mom, but hey, I ain't gonna edit this. It is what it is. You feel me? But yes, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let me give you guys a moment to do that. Ding dong, ding ding, doo 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 doo. All right, I will be back with another video. Hopefully, I can talk. Because I don't know what was going on this one. But just remember your boundaries. Y'all be safe out there. It's Lex Shelby here. Peace.